My name is Andrew Bates. I am the owner of Bygone Times. We are just down at Elsecar Heritage Centre, which is only a mile away. We've been there for 25 years now. We have been restoring the clock in the North Pavilion for the last 12 months. The clock wasn't in too bad of a state, but it did need stripping into pieces, cleaning and repainting. Some of the parts needed repair as well. The clock hasn't worked for sort of over 20 years and hasn't been serviced or repaired in a lot longer than that. They basically just kept it going for many decades really without having it properly serviced. Now, it's quite an unusual clock because it was made in 1710, 1715, which is sort of only 50 years previous to that, but the pendulums were only invented 50 years before that. So it's quite a modern clock for the time. It has there was a bell in the tower that is dated 1712, so it must have been made sort of 1712, 1715. So where it was before, well, we're not quite sure. We think it was made in Warwick by somebody called Nicholas Paris. There's nothing written on the clock at all, but by taking some pictures of the clock, I managed to go on to a forum and a clock forum, and within an hour or two, somebody came back to me and told me exactly who had made it and where it had been made. Luckily, there are brass finials on the clock, and apparently it was only Nicholas Paris who used to fit these finials. So that's how we figured it out, really. The clock has a very unusual escapement, which we think may be a replacement, probably 100 years later. But I've never come across an escapement quite like it. It has roller pins, which cut down on friction. So somebody has invented it, but we're not quite sure who has invented that. I feel very proud to have done the work. For hundreds of years now, hopefully people will be able to see the clock working. As long as it's serviced every few years, and we'll carry on forever. It's already gone through sort of 300 years, so there's no reason why it won't carry on for another 300 years, really. The clock is a chiming clock and a striking clock. There's 4 bells for the chime and 1 bell for the strike. We're not quite sure what it's going to play at the moment, or what tunes were about at that time. I think it's probably going to be a simple chime, probably more appeal than a musical chime, but we won't know until we get it up and running, really. And the thing I most enjoy is when it's finished. It's actually ticking away, and it's something that's not worked for 20, 30 years sometimes, and I know now it is going to carry on for hundreds of years. I hate the stripping of the clock, the cleaning of the clock and the painting of the clock. Well, in fact, after about an hour of starting the clock, I think, why did I get myself into this? But once it's finished, then I love the fact that it's working again.